Hello and welcome again to Not Fake News. Only one thing wrong with this little comic strip. CNN is flat out not even going to show up on the screen. They don't want to hear anything about the truth. So CNN is added, but there's no monkey. They don't even care at all. We got a great video here with Jason Chaffetz, and he's weighing in on the Trump Tower wiretapping.
Committee too, and he's been in the eye of the storm of all these investigations from the Obama years now into the Trump years. Congressman Jason Chaffetz, welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning.
First off, when the tweets come out on Saturday, what are you thinking?
Wow. You wake up in the morning, you have no idea what's going to happen. So
about to eat your Cheerios and Kaplambo.
We're going to look hard at this. Devin Nunes and the House Intelligence Committee.
Oh, this is going to be so good. I'm excited.
We'll take the lead on this. We'll play a role in the Oversight Committee, but I'm going to go into it eyes wide open. We've had experience. The Obama administration's been notorious on this type of stuff, and we're going to look hard at it.
You're a victim.
Well, yeah, let's
look at him giving me titles for my videos. Eyes wide open. As opposed to eyes wide shut, which is what the Obama, Hillary, crazy dark shadow behind the scenes type of thing. And I'm telling you that these people are involved in.
Let's remember what they did.
Jason Chaffetz is a good guy. Him, Trey Gowdy, the best. One of the best.
With James Rosen, let's remember that the IRS did target, Americans based on their political
I'm backing
choice.
it up.
And in my own personal case, I had more than take the lead on this.
I talked too much. I did. Sorry.
Years now into the Trump years. Congressman Jason Chaffetz, welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning.
First off, when the tweets come out on Saturday, what are you thinking?
Wow. You wake up in the morning, you have no idea what's going to happen. So, we're going to look hard at this. Devin Nunes and the House Intelligence Committee will take the lead on this. We'll play a role in the Oversight Committee, but I'm going to go into it eyes wide open. We've had experience. The Obama administration's been notorious on this type of stuff, and we're going to look hard at it.
You're a victim.
Well, yeah, let's remember what they did with James Rosen. Let's remember that the IRS did target, Americans based on their political beliefs. And in my own personal case, I had more than 40 Secret Service agents illegally tap into my records and dive into my background, and that's according to the Inspector General. So,
why do you think that is? Because he's a good guy, like I'm telling you. And they want to get dirt on anyone that's good. He's spotless.
This stuff does happen, and it's not necessarily done the legal, lawful way. And so, yeah, we're going to take a look at it.
And what happened to those agents that did that to you?
Nothing. It was a one-day story, and the national media just kind of pushed it across. I'm the chairman of the Oversight Committee. 40 Secret Service agents dove into my records illegally. Nothing.
Why did they do that to you?
Well, I was fairly critical of the Obama administration, and I'm just saying, look, I don't know what the end result is going to be. Devin Nunes is going to take a hard look at this with the House Intelligence Committee. We'll play a supporting role, but let's see what we're going to find.
Absolutely. And when you look, okay, so the president says, it sounds like I was wiretapped, and you look at the history, and there are reports in the mainstream media about how a criminal complaint a criminal warrant was sought in June. It was denied. Then it became a FISA request, and it was granted. So it looks like the administration was trying to get into the business of investigating Trump before a presidential election, which is unheard of.
Well, the allegation is one of the strongest we've ever seen. Now, following that fact pattern, again, the Intel Committee is going to have to look at that and dive into that. But that paper trail should be fairly evident.
Yes. Will you, as chairman of Oversight, find out if there was indeed a FISA request made in July and refused, and another one in the fall and granted?
Again, House Intel will take the lead on that. We'll play a supporting role, but
they will.
Yeah, somehow between the two of us, we will get to the bottom of this.
All right, what happens if you find out that, yes, there were these FISA requests?
Look, I'm not going to presuppose the conclusion of this or any way. I've been in this long enough to know that when you come around a corner, you don't necessarily know what you're going to see, so we'll keep our eyes wide open.
There's a report in the New York Times that James Comey wants the Justice Department to come out and say the FBI never wiretapped. What do you take from this story? Because it's not a quote. It's according to a senior source that Comey feels that way. It's clearly another leak.
Yeah, I saw it's one of the headlines in the New York Times, and it said an American official. I mean, it couldn't be more broad. I did try to contact the FBI director over the weekend. Did not communicate back. I understand that, but I do think well, look, I do think it's interesting that the Department of Justice has not officially weighed in on this yet. So. It's early Monday morning. We'll see what happens, but...
Who would? Concessions do that? Because it's Russia involved. And if so, can you go to the deputy who was appointed by Obama?
I don't know. We're not going to have this solved by Wednesday. But we are looking at it.
And since you're in the business of oversight, how about the fact that in the waning days of the Obama administration, it sounds like they changed the NSA rules so that they could take the intel that they had and spread it all over the place, leaving 1 million landmines that are going to be blown up next year to try to destroy Donald Trump.
Well, like I saw you had Tucker Carlson on earlier. He's exactly right. There are a lot of things that we need to look at. What is the government doing in that regard? What are they doing with facial recognition? What are they doing with tracking your geolocation? These are all things that we have been trying to get answers from the Obama administration on that they would not answer. So we'll continue to look at that.
Let's talk about Obamacare. Will there be a replacement this week? There are reports that there could be a replacement.
Yeah, I think that would happen perhaps as early as today, and I think even before the end of the week, we very well may see.
What?
A markup, which is when it goes to the committee, and then they can actually offer amendments and have the back and forth. And I love the process that we're going through. Rather than the Democrats in the dead of the night introducing something and then voting on it hours later, we're going to have an open process where they can actually offer amendments in the committee, and we'll see what the conclusion is.
Does it bother you that Jim Jordan, the Freedom...
It's another way of saying transparency. That's what this presidency is about.
Caucus do not agree with what they know about Paul Ryan's plan. Does it bother you that Rand Paul feels shut out?
No, well, look, Rand Paul's in the Senate. He's actually got a pretty darn good plan, which there's lots to like about it. Well, there's lots to like about it, but let the process play out. What we do know is that Obamacare is in a death spiral, and for those of us that are paying higher deductibles...
You have Obamacare.
It's awful. It's terrible. We have such trouble finding the doctor we want to use. It costs more. We get less. That's what every American's going through, and so it's in a death spiral. We are going to make it better. We are going to fix it. We're going to repeal it. We're going to replace it. But appreciate the process where each member gets to weigh in on this, not just heavy-handed, hey, here it is, and take it or leave it.
Senator Rand Paul was upset that over the weekend he was on a lot of the Sunday shows talking about the fact that he was shut out of the process, and he was saying, remember when Nancy Pelosi said, we need to pass it and then we'll read it? He's saying that's what's happening here too.
No, that's hogwash. Look, he should be focused on the Senate. What he was complaining about is the House process, but the House is going to introduce something, and we're going to go through this process, and it'll play out over the several weeks.
That is the second person I heard say that Rand Paul's what he was saying. Rand Paul was hogwash. Well, not true. Okay, the other guy was Lewinsky. He said, or was it Lewinsky? It was somebody important. Okay, and he said, "What? What did you say?" He goes, "No, that's absolutely crazy." He said, "Oh right." The lady said, "How can Rand Paul says he hasn't seen anything on the tax." He goes, "What? He knows. He's seen everything there is for 6 months now. He's been reading through it. Why is he saying he hasn't seen anything yet? To make Trump look illegitimate, like he's not getting anything done, or they're not doing anything." Rand Paul's going, "Oh, he's crying. I didn't see anything in the tax thing. They're trying to push through the tax thing. I haven't even seen what's in it." That's an outright lie. He's seen what's in it. He's seen what's in it. Outright lie. That's important.
Weeks, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
And next step after that, taxes, right? That's the plan.
Look, we're going to get some big things done, and that's what President Trump wants to do. It's what I want to do. It's what America elected us to do. So that's what we got to do.
Has the Russian turbulence slowed down the agenda?
No, look, we can walk and chew gum too, and these are very serious allegations. But I see, the Democrats are over there flailing with their heads on fire, and they still can't figure out how they lost the election, but I see no evidence of collusion between the Russians and the Trump campaign. There was some...
This guy, he's so happy with the way things are now. He's like a kid on his first day of school, his first day ever. He's so happy and enthusiastic and ready to go because he's been held back. They've been holding him back. I've seen him in court and just sitting there looking at these people, asking them simple questions like, what color is the sky? And they're like, I respectfully will take the fifth. According to my attorney's recommendation, I take the Fifth Amendment and refuse to answer. Things like, it's so stupid. Pulling his hair out. But now, things are going to be open, I think, for him. I think he's happy. I think he's really happy. He is the president of the Oversight Committee. This isn't just anybody. This isn't McCain, idiot, who is, forget it. I'm not even going to get into that. All right, I'm going to try not to talk for the rest of this episode, which isn't much longer.
Incidental communication or contact, but where's the evidence on that? I just don't see it.
Don't you think that if they had information that would tie, Jeff Sessions, there's a picture of him getting the envelope full of the 50s with the microfilm, we would have already seen that.
Yeah, they want to play that movie. They just don't have it. And so, look, but the Intel Committee, the Oversight Committee, we're taking this very seriously, and we will dive into it, and we will look at it and see where it takes us.
Great. All right. Chairman, I'll see you on radio.
Very good.
Okay.
Go get him, Chaffetz. Go get him, Chaffetz. Representative Jason Chaffetz, Chairman of House Oversight Committee. Chairman, not the president. Chairman. Still the president of that. They don't call it president. Go get him. I feel like as soon as the camera shuts off, he's just going to propel and spring off the chair and run out and go work. It's great. So happy about this guy. I like him a lot. And if you don't know him, you should watch some videos on him. I'm going to do some more. I have a couple. And Trey Gowdy, I have a couple of him too. Trey Gowdy is unreal. He really is. Trey Gowdy is a complete pit bull in the way that you want him to be, not like a crazy pit bull, but like in a pit bull that just he's the best, Trey Gowdy. And Jason Chaffetz is just like Trey Gowdy, only a little nicer, like a little more. I don't know. You just hear the way he speaks, right? Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed. We make a lot of videos. I mean, we're covering it, okay, folks, and it's all current. And with a few classics in there as well, which you must have, right? But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And also hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get the breaking stories as they come in your inbox, right? And then you have all the stories before your friends and family, which is really cool to do and know. And if you like what we're doing here at Not Fake News, please like the video. It's important that you like the video, and it means a lot to us. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes with the next video. Thanks so much. See you next time. Not Fake News.